The New York Times reporting tonight that a, quote, shaken Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein felt used by the White House for his role in the firing of the former FBI Director James Comey. That allegation comes as House Republicans continue to battle with the Justice Department over documents related to what the president has dubbed Spygate. Let's talk about it with Republican Congressman from Florida, Matt Gaetz, who is on the House Judiciary Committee, and he's had a busy week. Congressman, thanks for joining us.
Good to be with you, Shannon.
Okay, so we want to play a little bit more of that interaction between Rod Rosenstein and Congressman Jordan. We'll talk about it after you listen in.
Why are you keeping information from Congress?
Sir, I certainly hope that your colleagues are not under that impression. That is not accurate, sir. And
it is accurate. We have caught you hiding
Mr.
information.
Chairman, as with most things in Washington, the real work is not done on television, and it's not all done by me. Trump administration officials are meeting and talking with your staff every day. They're working overtime with teams of FBI employees to accommodate requests and produce relevant information to this committee, other House committees, and several Senate committees.
He also talked yesterday about whether or not this was getting personal. These were personal attacks on him. How do you respond to those who say that you guys are showboating up there, giving him a hard time?
There are very valid reasons that we're skeptical of the Deputy Attorney General's answers. There are responses to the requests that we've made to the Justice Department that were improperly redacted, not for national security reasons, but just because the information was embarrassing to the Justice Department or the FBI. Specifically, the text message Peter Strzok sent, where he said, no, he won't, we'll stop him, about the Trump presidency. It was only 9 days before that he opened up on Papadopoulos, and only 6 days after that he was talking about an insurance policy against the Trump presidency. So we see time and again a Department of Justice and FBI that cleared Hillary Clinton before even interviewing her, and yet at the same time convicting Donald Trump before even investigating him sincerely. And so we want to see the documents that predate July 31st. We think that there may have been intelligence collected against the Trump campaign that we haven't been briefed about. And Shannon, at the end of the day, it's either elected people that get to conduct oversight or unelected people run the show. And I prefer to live in a world where the elected representatives of Congress can conduct meaningful oversight.
You guys are co-equal branches. But beyond that point, let's hear from one of your colleagues across the aisle, and I'll give you a chance to respond to this.
To the House Judiciary Committee, they are his fixers in Congress. That is, about 20 Michael Cohens sitting there trying to fix this investigation in the president's favor.
Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I dress considerably better than Michael Cohen, and so I reject the characterization. Look, we're just trying to do our job. I mean, Rod Rosenstein said on May 1st of this year that he didn't believe there was any constitutional basis for oversight. I mean, my goodness, it's our job to appropriate funds and then make sure those funds are used correctly. And here, you've got an investigation of the sitting president of the United States where, in response to my questioning, the Deputy Attorney General wouldn't even say whether he read the document he signed allowing intelligence to be collected against someone associated with Donald Trump. And so, I'm deeply concerned when you have people that aren't telling the truth to Congress, that are hiding documents that aren't national security related. They're just embarrassing. And then at the same time, they continue to make these or allow this investigation to persist against the president that is built on a rotten foundation from biased agents who demonstrated their bias in text messages to one another. I think it's time to wrap this investigation up and move on to the important issues that are facing the country.
What you guys passed on Thursday has been described as a non-binding resolution insisting that the DOJ comply with a committee subpoena for documents related to the Russia investigation by July 6th. Does it have any teeth? You guys have had a number of deadlines that have come and gone. What does this do differently than what's happened in the past?
Well, the bottom line is no, it doesn't. But you've seen a small group of us on the Judiciary Committee on an almost nightly basis trying to share with the American people what's happening in a rotten investigation. For the first time, we got the entire House of Representatives to take an overwhelming vote in favor of our ability to conduct oversight and demand transparency. And so when the body speaks as a whole, this would set up a potential contempt charge or even an impeachment if Rod Rosenstein and the Department of Justice don't give us the documents that we're entitled to and that I think the American people want to have access to.
Well, the president says he believes that you and Mr. Rosenstein will work this all out. We'll watch and see. Of course, we'll be monitoring that deadline next week. In the meantime, keep us updated and have a great weekend.
You too, Shannon.